7 million tokens on a freaking sub-agent. Either OX Alpha can really whip a freaking sub-agent, or something's going on with the DeepSeek harness. One of the two. One of them is really good at whipping sub-agents. Nope. What is up? Today's video is about the DeepSeek harness, okay? We are looking at the DeepSeek harness. What is the DeepSeek harness? Basically, it's like Claude Code, but Chinese and open source and fucking cheap, and you can put in any AI model that you want. People make this a big deal, but personally, I figured out how to put any model I want into Claude Code. But still, we're going to be looking at the DeepSeek harness. If you want to know how to put DeepSeek or some Chinese free model like 10 or a local AI model into the Claude Code harness, just look at my other videos. I probably posted that video first. But anyways, let's look at the DeepSeek harness. What is it and why the fuck do we care? Basically, the DeepSeek harness, like Claude Code, it's basically Claude Code, but way cheaper. It allows you to run models like DeepSeek V4 Flash. And DeepSeek V4 Flash is extremely cheap. It's extremely cheap. DeepSeek V4 Flash is like what? Less than 30 cents per million tokens. So it's basically free AI inference. That's what it is. This video, I'm going to be showing you how to fucking install the DeepSeek harness. We're making a tutorial in Chinese. My God, that shit is in Chinese. Okay, let me teach you. Basically, to get the DeepSeek harness, all we need to do is to go on GitHub. You just click view on GitHub. First of all, you need to search DeepSeek harness on Google. DeepSeek harness, then it's going to pop up. Click the first link, then you get taken to GitHub. This shit has got 186,000 stars in GitHub. My God, the fastest start repo in history. This shit is hot. One of the main things, basically, you can just copy the link to the DeepSeek harness. Then you're just going to go into Claude Code or any of your other AI models. Then essentially, you're just going to ask your AI to install the DeepSeek harness for you. You're going to send in that prompt. Install the DeepSeek harness and open it in Pro. Okay, essentially, after you install the DeepSeek harness, okay, you are going to be asked to set up shit. DeepSeek is going to ask you to set up the model. Okay, so it's going to pop up this thing, but as you open the harness, the first time you open the harness, then you're just going to pick your provider. Your provider, your provider is usually going to be OpenRouter. I believe that's the best provider out there for any of this AI shit, since you can swap out any AI model at any moment that you want. For me, it's gone because I already picked OpenRouter. But basically, you pick OpenRouter, then you paste in your API key. Then for these other settings, you just basically go where it says models. And then you now start picking the models that you want. So there you can add in Stealth OX Alpha. Then you also add the name that's going to pop up for the model. Add the context window, max output tokens. Go to add model ID, model name, context window, max output tokens. But you don't need to do that. All you need to do is to go there. After telling it to open it in Chrome, you're just going to paste in your API key. Let me just paste in a non-essential API key that I'm going to delete. Then essentially set up my OpenRouter models, right? And then you can ask it to make all of them appear, right? You can ask it to make all of them appear inside of the DeepSeek harness, and then essentially it's going to make that happen. So that's essentially what I did. And then essentially I installed it as an app on my PC, usually to open up in localhost. But with web apps, since the web app, you can just click on install there, and then it'll basically install that thing as an app on your PC. That's basically what I did with the DeepSeek harness. So essentially there we are inside of the DeepSeek harness. I set up OX Alpha. You can set up any of the DeepSeek models that you want. Then this is the default. I keep it on Workspace right. You can give it full access if you trust the AI model. But if I'm using a model that I don't trust, Workspace right. Then I tend to use creator mode, because creator mode gives me the most amount of control, because you can then start using it to edit and create plugins. So what are plugins? DeepSeek harness, the beauty of this DeepSeek harness is that everything is a plugin. This entire user interface is a plugin. This is a plugin. Every single thing can be taken in and out. Okay, go to the plugin list. You see, include the time of the sessions, even using sub-agents. That's a freaking plugin. You see that? Sub-agent plugins, tool control, command compact, plan mode, all of that shit is a plugin. You can create plugins, add plugins. Of course, you can't like add and remove it from the UI. You need to open the configuration file basically to start editing that. So let's do it inside of Visual Studio Code. Okay, let's just do just once. So I'm going to open that thing, open. Then essentially it's going to pop up a thing like that. UI onboarding, you start choosing your settings, you start choosing your plugins, etc. That's how you edit the DeepSeek harness. And now, my thoughts on the harness itself. The DeepSeek harness is mostly good. It's mostly good. I'm going to show you something that I built with it. But my only problem with this harness is that it's really fucking slow. It's really, really fucking slow. Okay, I asked it to spawn a bunch of parallel sub-agents to get a task done. Unfortunately, it appears to have not done that. Maybe, I'm not sure, because it says these were running for like 6-7 hours. And the task I asked it to do ended up taking it around 9 hours or so. But then the task that I asked it to do ended up taking around 9 hours or so. So it might have actually obeyed me. But essentially, it takes a really long fucking time to do shit. This was a big task, but still it took a long fucking time. It didn't quite finish inside of the DeepSeek harness. I took this, I was using a model called OX Alpha. When I figured out how to put OX Alpha inside of the Claude Code harness, put it into the Claude Code harness and then switch to there. But while we're still here, I've used about 100 million tokens today within the past 24 hours of the DeepSeek harness. And so, first task that it had, spin up 394K tokens. That's the first sub agent. And that ran for about an hour. Then the next task ran for 6 hours, 13 minutes for 7.6 million tokens. 7 million tokens on a freaking sub agent. Either OX Alpha can really whip a freaking sub agent, or something's going on with the DeepSeek harness. One of the two. One of them is really good at whipping sub agents. That's the thing I get in favor of that. So in total, okay, we ended up using 100 million tokens today. And the thing that we're trying to build is an insanely powerful software. This thing is called Aloni DM. It's a software that I use to sort of like manage my AI agents, okay? So it did 3 themes. It did a couple of different themes. So I've got a ClickUp theme, sort of looks like this, which is kind of nice, okay? This is kind of nice. This is sort of like the user interface outputs of this shit, okay? So essentially, this thing has, okay, this looks nice. Cultural resources, some resource management. So it's going to look at CPU usage, system RAM usage, the AI cost today, AI cost all time, all of that shit. It looks like it pulled some of my costs for AI. So this number 10 to 30 times more, because mostly I use AI to subsidize subscriptions. So the cost was super low for me. But then it's quantifying this like with the offset for the subscription. So I use it through the subscription. So it's trying to sort of like, I created a thing that sort of tries to quantify the subscription cost. What percentage of the subscription that would be? Obviously, it's a little bit wonky. It's a little bit wonky because I've already spent more than 1.4K on Claude Code subscriptions for one account. And yeah, it's still at 994 for that account, multiple other accounts, and some like tokens. So this is sort of like just for my agents alone, not for everything, which is relatively accurate. So let's come here. Let's see. So this software is also used by my sales guys. So it's like a software for scraping leads. Scrapes leads for me, puts the leads into a database. It has a CRM. It's my own custom Go high level and dialer in one place. So I can monitor my reps' performance, the dials they're doing, all of that shit, the people that they're calling on a daily basis, things that are happening. Right now, there's no data because this one doesn't have any data. I don't want to dox my people. The original one, which is already running, the existing one, is the one with data. It's got like 429,000 leads as of today. And so, yeah, that's the thing. So let's switch again the theme, the dark theme. It's just kind of being by the light theme. I like the light theme. So UI design, it didn't do too bad. In terms of arrangement of things, that was already done. That was done by Claude Opus 5 and Claude Fable 5. But it did some slight touch-ups. It changed the colors, some icons, a couple shit like that. That was like the DeepSeek harness. So it doesn't look too bad. I'm actually falling in love with the ClickUp theme. So this is the dark theme. Okay, and so now another thing that we have is like a growth dashboard of some sorts. Okay, so let's do the light theme. So we've got an overview, shows the leads that are scraped, contacted, replied, meeting books. Not too shabby. Right now there's no data, so it doesn't really show that much. When there is data, it does show though. Channels, LinkedIn, WhatsApp calls. Okay, looks good. Daily trends are also there. Campaigns, calls, reviews and activation, sources, metrics. It's got token costs. These are already there. Spent 950 million tokens. Okay, across 22,000 calls is all time. Let's do 7 days. Spent 7 million tokens in the past 7 days. And these are sort of like the model distributions. Okay, so it shows all of the different models that were getting used and how many hundreds of millions of tokens that were spent on those guys. And so I've got a bunch of automations all calling these models. Then we've got usage down here, sort of like a distribution. It's kind of nice. This thing is like the one from Chibita. Yeah. Okay, I kind of like this. Really this. Okay. But this is what the DeepSeek harness coupled with OX Alpha. Yep. And some slight touches of AX Alpha inside of Claude Code. This is what OX Alpha could have. This can also be counted as a review for OX Alpha. Fucking goated. It's a goated model. Not gonna lie. Right now it's cooking. So that is it from me for today's video. That is the DeepSeek harness and also mini review of OX Alpha. I've already spent 300 million tokens on this model alone. Let me just open that up for you. As you can see there, I've already spent, okay, this needs a refresh. This is outdated. Oh, okay, yeah, we're still there, yeah. So inside of Claude Code, 304 million tokens from OX Alpha, and inside of DeepSeek, 130 million tokens. So we use this model quite a bit. That Aloni GM software used quite a lot of tokens, and OX Alpha is cooking. It's not reverse cooking, it's actually cooking. Everything's going good. Expect more videos from me in the future. If you like this type of content, subscribe. And if you want to see me on my journey to try and do the $100 million business, follow. Right now, the goal we're targeting is $1 million a year. Subscribe to see the journey. Now, and also, if you need a website or you need some software development services, just go to my website. Or if you want to reach out to me, talk to me in person, like privately, and ask any areas. I'm available. My team's available. Just DM us. We'll book a call. Catch you later.